You can't have, if you don't eat the meat, you can't have the pudding.
Hey, it's the Scotch Test Dummies. I'm Scott.
Bart here.
Another Castle and Key. This is the weeded bourbon.
Ooh, weeded bourbon. We're going to test it. Yodel style.
Second round Castle and Key style.
Woo-hoo. So we know we got a weighted top. What?
I was going to say, if you go, I think it was last week's review, probably now. We did Castle and Key Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Yeah, it's a nice heavy cork. It's got the rubber cork, not the cork cork.
So it's not going to break down.
Not going to taint it.
Yeah,
dude.
I cleaned it out. I didn't wipe it. You're good. That's good now. That's not going to have an effect.
You're going to.
Okay.
It's like a swaller of whiskey.
There we go. A swallow.
Especially if you've got a wet, especially probably some more.
I cleaned it out.
You've got a wet. It's a wet glass. Put some more whiskey in there.
A wet what? You got to
so the water,
the GL.
You got a wet glass, and you put just a little bit of whiskey. You already watered it down.
I thought you said wet ass. That only happens in August.
We've been reviewing for 10 years, and you still come in with a waterlogged glass.
I rinsed it. I thought it was clean. I noticed gravity had done some work.
And then you shook it out all over me. That's more what the book was.
Oh, I let her go. I didn't check my back blast area.
All right.
Back blast area clear.
We were both.
That's an RT4 reference.
Yeah,
RT4. Yep.
Laws rocket.
Yep.
You had to check your back blast.
Yep.
All right. The first bottle of Castle and Key we did, we were both surprised by.
Yes.
I really liked it. It was a 4-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yep.
This is Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey weeded.
Weeded.
Small batch. This is batch number 2.
I get a lot more.
Say hello, number 2.
Wow. I get floral usually off weeded, but I haven't tried this yet.
Now, this is 5 years old. The Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey was 4. And I was like, it was good. It had some nice green apple notes, but I was like, this at 5, 6, 7 years would be better. This is 5 years. So let's see. What's our proof? The other was 51.
It's a little muted here. What is it?
Same, 51%.
Wow.
That's nice. I like that.
It's not burning the nostril.
750 milliliters. And we've got the little tag on there too.
Telling you when.
Released in 2023.
Right.
So when you put it on your shelf and years later, you're like, no, that was just a couple years ago.
We're talking about how time flies.
Like it was 10 years ago you did that. Wow.
I did watch on Netflix the Sly documentary. He talks about
I saw that.
Time flies. Yeah. So it's a good one to watch. I get a little bit of dusty road almost. That's weird. It's like I'm traveling through one of the dirt roads with a washboard through western Kansas.
I was going to say it's like the bourbon. It was a kind of a dry, grassy field.
Maybe that's the grass that I'm getting.
Yeah, almost the same.
But with it dusty, I get a little more of a dusty note here.
Looking for other notes and not necessarily kind of faint. For 51%, I expect a little bit more jumping out of the glass at me. And that was an interruption.
Like sip. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Like a siren.
It's like our tornado warner. That caught me. The very first sip, it had a lot of favor front loaded. See, you just did the same. You did a. Yeah, I'm sorry I interrupted you, but it surprised me. I didn't anticipate it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love weeded bourbons. Maker's Mark is one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah, it's a great one.
This is good.
It is very good, and it's got again. I get a flat cola finish with a popcorn, not quite as much buttery, but popcornish flat cola on the finish. But the open was definitely the interesting thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I enunciated without intending to do that over your talking.
I did it unintentionally too. When I was saying,
that's what I'm saying.
I think it took the sip, starting to get it into the palate, and the notes start to hit you right away. I mean, they're really up front. A little bit of that green apple though, still too, kind of like the bourbon.
Yeah, and it's a little oakier than what I like, but the oak is good. It's on the forefront. And it's just this like raw wood, this dusty wood.
Well, I'm gonna say so. I remember the straight bourbon whiskey was kind of that. I had like a green apple strudel with like a frosting on it. It's not quite as prevalent in this.
Right.
It's still there, but it's a little bit more muted. It's more kind of like dry oak.
Okay. Yeah, the wood I'm
honeyed.
getting here is very nice.
Yeah, a nice wet.
I didn't anticipate it, but I still like it. So it's weird how it got both of us at the open. On the finish, are you getting that? Again, I get a flat cola with a popcorn. Not so much the buttery cream, just flat cola popcorn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me try this open again. That's with the woo-woo.
A little bit of butterscotch. Wow. Lighter, honeyed, toasted honey. Wow.
Is making me
Cream.
say wow on the front.
It's almost like a matcha green tea latte.
Okay.
A little bit of a cream froth.
Boy,
Wow.
never made a green cream froth. Sounds so
Matcha
good.
green tea latte.
You like those. I don't like them.
I do.
I used to order kids temp. I don't mind anymore. And they would go kids temp, and then you'd go, he suffered from shaken baby syndrome.
You started.
You kind of, yeah, but then they would go, oh, they'd get, I would be like, well, I overcame.
I'm fine now.
Yeah, it's okay. Tough lives make you stronger. And it's free. I'm like, well, I'm 38 now. I'm okay.
38.
I know, it was back in the day. I was. Remember? That was, the first time we went there, you called it Bucks. You said, let's go to Bucks. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you didn't know
outfitting
Bucks.
store or something? Who calls it Bucks? We going hunting?
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks.
Bucks.
Yeah.
Oh, let's get a drop of water on that. I like this one. Neat. This is
Me too. I keep going
really
back.
nice. I like this one.
That's interesting.
This one. I think this is really a first wow bourbon that we've had for a while.
I agree.
Really got it.
Because I did not intend to interrupt you.
Yeah.
And I did. And then you were like, well, hello, I was talking. And then you tried it and you couldn't help. So that's a good indication.
We're not done yet. The bourbon is over there. Let's just do a little side by side here at the end. Let's score it and price it and everything. But let's just look at it side by side. I think this is really. I think I did like 85, 86 on the bourbon.
I don't even remember. I think I did 84. And I think you did an 86. I'm still trying to puzzle out why it grabbed my attention like that. Because now everything I get is that cola finish with a popcorn.
Wow.
But it's the open. I know.
Water. Okay, so the bourbon, remember water made it more astringent, more oaky. Not here. You're not getting any of that astringency, any more oak. It's just really, it's kind of expanded all those notes. I'm not necessarily getting anything more.
It's weird though. Everybody knows, or most people watching the show know, I don't like the oak flavors as much, but I'm getting an oak flavor here that is kind of like a sweet oak.
Yeah.
And I
That's
like
very
it.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. That's what caught my interest here is the sweet oak. These sweet wood flavors that linger, but they hit you like really early, and I didn't expect it. So,
I just put a second round of water on there.
I want to put some more of this on it.
It hasn't hurt it.
No, it didn't change it to me, I don't think at all.
Maybe bringing out a little bit of the char. Maybe starting to just get a little bit of that oak char.
You know what I think made it so good was that I had a little bit of water lingering in the glass.
Yeah, that could be. A little.
Go ahead and pull it over.
bit.
It was only a bit. It was
Let's
a
score it.
smidgen. Oh, good point. 87. I don't know why this one, I appreciate this one a lot more.
I'm going 90.
Wow.
This is one I would find myself going back to. I've got a shelf full of bourbons right here.
You do.
It's kind of like, which one do I want? I could see myself going like, I need some more of that Castle and Key.
It's got something on the front end that's really nice. Usually I don't enjoy the oak.
Again, though, too, here we're looking at a 5-year-old, and that's kind of what I mentioned with the bourbon at 4. I was like, if this had another year or 2 on it, I think it would really expand it. And
could.
I think that's where we're at here.
Could be.
Just think another year or 2 on that.
But
Wowzers.
The wheat did good here.
Same $49, $50, same as the other.
Wow.
Steel.
That's
definite
good.
buy.
Yeah. Now, go ahead and grab that other one because the question is, would you grab both? Where's the glass? I'll bring up the glass here. So slightly different glasses. Here, you can have that
We
one.
can share one,
Oh, okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Can't we?
Yeah, it'll kill your germs.
You haven't had your mouth anywhere it's not supposed to be this
I got,
morning,
I
have
got
you?
a crown, but that was a while ago.
That was this morning.
It was terrible. This morning, it's safe.
Good. All right, just going back to the bourbon real quick. We'll make this a quick one.
Do it.
That's what she said.
Yep, guaranteed. What you got? What you got? All right, I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but man, it's not. It's sweet. That green apple, tart,
Yeah,
grassy, dry, good. And then back to the weeded with a drop of
interesting.
water.
Okay. I say interesting too much. Perplexing? No.
Ooh. Man, the finish on that, one, even with water. So I just tried the bourbon neat. I'm going to add a little bit more. Wait, you got yours is pretty neat over there, isn't it?
Yeah, I poured in.
Fairly well.
Yep.
On the weeded, because I had a pretty good dollop of water on mine. Let me try it neat.
I'm
The
just
weeded.
confused. I'm palate confused now. I can tell they're in the same family.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah,
boy, the
this one
finish.
had a little more greenness, like green wood to it or something.
Ooh, that wheat, the finish on the wheat is really.
I know there's something. The wheat's doing something good here.
Yeah. Wow.
I know. I'm still. Usually, I won't overtalk you, but when I did it, I interrupted, and then you had the same thing. That's probably the most pure review you could get. Woo! See, and you keep going. Woo!
Yep.
Woo! I mean, it isn't as good as ECBP or anything, but I
No.
mean, it's tasty.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah, we said same $50. Definite buy, definite steal. So look for the Castle and Key. We'll have to pick up the rye though now. And try it.
curious, 'cause
It was the rye was a little bit higher. I want to say it was like 65.
Really?
Not much.
I'm rye partial.
Yeah.
I like a good rye.
Yep. I was like, let's get two. We'll try those
Okay.
out and see. I think that's a good intro to Castle and Key.
That's a great intro. They did a good job even releasing them where they did. They did a good job.
Yeah.
Good price point. Nice.
We see too many bottles, first releases from distilleries that are released well before they should be.
Yeah, they gotta
Or
get
the distilleries
profitable.
just not making good whiskey.
Right.
Not
Well,
the case here. I think
no,
Castle
no.
and Key up front is
Where
doing a good job. And I haven't even had any samples of Castle and Key. This is really the
I haven't even
first
heard of it.
whiskeys that I've had from them.
Frankfurt,
Kentucky,
yeah, Frankfurt, Kentucky.
not Germany.
No. McCracken Pike, Frankfurt, Kentucky.
You got confused there when you saw
Well,
Frank.
yeah, I heard Frankfurt. I'm thinking my people.
Go to ScotchTestDummies.com. You can pick up barrel caps, coins, glasses, shirts, hats, all kinds of stuff. Not those shirts. It helps support the show. It keeps the
Wish.
lights on, keeps the whiskey coming. Which these whiskeys are purchased with Patreon funds and merchandise funds.
And
but
if you go
Patreon,
to Patreon, you can look up ScotchTestDummies.com. Sorry, Scotch Test Dummies. Once you're there, you can support for $1 a month, $1 a show. If you do $2, we'll shout your name with gusto.
Gusto.
Who doesn't want their name shouted with gusto?
Gusto from the
Yeah,
diaphragm.
deep. So if it was you, if you supported, we would yell, "Thank you, Scott Bruno!" Look how fun that is. Yeah, that's worth a couple bucks. All right, one more sip, and then we will Scotch it. You. Ooh, that Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Disgusting. Nice. That was gross.